opinion from people who are in the game in a lot of different ways, whether or not they're people who have seen it from the inside or whether or not they're get to experience it from more of a recent basis. And I feel as if you definitely can speak on it from a whole different angle because you're coming from a place that is very much it's in kind of not its brightest days right now, but it's also
It,
in a it's a place that could be spoke on a lot in a lot of ways. Let's say it like that. We could say it like that for sure. But where are you
it's a
actually coming
different
from?
world, bro.
Where are you actually coming from?
Kensington,
Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia, PA. Yep.
Yeah. So what have you been seeing over the past couple of years? Has it been changing a lot out there over the past couple of years? Has it always been like that?
Yeah, it was always open air. You know what I'm saying? Like the cops and all just started really coming up Allegheny. Ever since like it started getting popular, like Skrilla started coming out and all, and being right at K&A and everything. Like now it's just like there's barricades up now, like up by our corner stores and stuff, like where we trap and all, where we sell weed and stuff. Like, and they're bothering us and everything. And so it's definitely different, like, because before it was none of that. Like it was controlled, like the streets were controlled, like by the streets, you know what I mean, and the cops let it happen. Like ever since like it became like this big thing, like everybody's zombies down there now, down here and everything. Because right now I'm up the northeast, that's where like my family lives and everything. So I come up here, you know what I'm saying, with my daughter. So but I'm down there every day. I'm only 15 minutes away right now.
When did you start seeing it get like that? When was it always like
I
that
want
ever
to
since you were
say
little?
I want to say what year. I want to say if it's 2024. I want to say it started getting real open air and big. I want to say in 2018, 2007, 17, 18, when it first started becoming real outside, and people started like using drugs outside, and you know it was just completely open air. You know,
Yeah, hell yes.
after it like and it was controlled. It was completely controlled, and it still is. It really still is, like, in a way, but
What was it like growing up there?
it it was, I jumped off the porch really early, like at 16. I was selling dope, hard crack, and I was, and then eventually I started to use it, and then it just, after I started to use it, it just changed everything. Like because when I was selling drugs, like it was different. Like I treated people that used like shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I thought that they were weak. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause if you use drugs, you were weak. You know what I mean? And that's what we were taught growing up. Like that's just not what you do. You know what I mean? Like, and and if you did do it, it was hidden. You know what I mean? It was perks or it was pills. You know what I mean? But once you got to that heroin and that crack and started doing all that, you were a fiend. Like, you know what I mean? And people looked at you different. So when I started selling drugs, I eventually started using them on and off. Like I would go to jail, and then I would get clean, and I would come home, and I would be like, I'm going right to the streets, and I'm just going to start making money again. And I would do that for a while, and then shit would fall off. I would get in relationship with her, or whatever. But so I just been in and out, on in and out of Kensington for 9 years now, and like a lot of people know me down there. Like I go down there every day. Like I said, I'd be up in the Northeast with my daughter now and everything, but I'm down there every day still, and it's just crazy, man. It really is. It's very exciting though, and I love it. I love it. I love it and I hate it. You know what I mean? But you really got to be built for this down there. People don't make it out there, bro. Like
Yeah,
don't, like, you can't, you'll get killed. Like, you know what I
definitely.
mean? Like, and you can't. Like, if you ain't known out there, you're getting robbed. Like they'll take it. Like it's just, it's not an easy place to live, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's
Like,
definitely it seems like it's getting worse though because now it seems like the only ones to look up to are the ones that aren't doing necessarily the right thing as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, and especially when that's all we know. Like I look like that's all I looked up to. I wanted all that. I wanted all the money. I wanted all, you know what I mean? The big fancy cars and everything like that because that's all I saw.
Do you think that the cops somewhat allow it?
Yeah, they do. I told you it's control. You know what I mean? Like they allow what they want for real. Like they'll allow what they want. Like I want to say a couple weeks ago, this lady was getting robbed right by her car by these kids, by these young kids. They were like 16. They were like robbing her car, and the cops drove by, and like the lady was like screaming for them, and the cop literally just told the kids to get out of there, and didn't do anything, bro, and
Jesus.
like told the lady to leave, and the kids got everything and ran, and they didn't do anything. Like
I feel as if it's like I don't know. It's hard. It's almost like unimaginable for some people unless they see some of these documentaries and stuff about it, because
exactly,
it doesn't seem
exactly.
like it should be happening in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's insane that it's even happening here, and like we have like all these wars going on and shit, but we like got wars in our own place. You know what I mean? Like going on, and it's just I just man, I feel like it's never gonna change. I
Def
really don't think Kensington's gonna change. They could do whatever they want. They can push it down. They can put barriers. They can do all that. They're still. You can lock everybody up. The next young bull is gonna come up and sell.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
So
always gonna be someone that replaces.
never it's never gonna stop. And if you make it out, you make it out, bro. Like, and if you don't, you don't. Like, and it's hard to make it out here. Telling you, man.
Do you think it's fair to say though, if there was one person who was coming from that environment and they kind of switched their behaviors and kind of went on a motivational route of trying to be a preacher in a way, that they could help some people, if maybe not
Yeah,
lots of
yeah,
people.
like Skrilla, bro. Like,
Yeah,
if he's getting off that galaxy gas right now too. Like,
hell yeah,
he's a real like he if he puts his mind to it, I believe he can get clean, man. I know he can, bro. From the bottom of my heart,
definitely. I think
yeah, I mean, he could do it. He's been so busy, bro, doing a bunch of like interviews and everything. And ever since YBC Duel died, he's just been dedicated to you know, an album to him and everything. So I think he's trying to straighten himself up. I think he would be a great idol to do that because he's coming straight from the trenches, straight from all that drugs and being on all that, sipping weed, doing all that, and him sobering up and saying, "Look, it can be done." I think he would be a good. I don't,
100%. He also seems like at heart he seems like a good person. Like I think a
yeah,
lot of people put
yeah,
up the smoke signs to try to scare people off sometimes. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
or he probably had to deal with some shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know all that. But why do you think there is so much violence in that city right now?
In our city, I think there's so much violence because I think it's all about like it's it's just a lot of killings right now, man. And I couldn't even tell you why. I couldn't even tell you why. I don't know if it's for the fame. I don't know if it's for you know what I mean. But all the dissing, doing all that dissing and shit. You know what I mean. And I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. You know what I mean. And ain't involved in any of that shit because I have. You know what I mean. But you know that's why because people are dissing the dead in Philadelphia, bro.
Yeah,
And and dissing the dead is just it comes back. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter how long it always comes around, bro. It'll come back around, and I really think that's a problem in Philadelphia. I really think that's part of all the homicides and all that because people be dissing. Everybody's dissing everybody in here, and then killing each other over lives, over being on lives, like videos like us saying, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
it
I
is.
really think that's part of it.
It's sad because it's like you can
I'm
kind
sure
of
you've seen it, right? You've
yeah.
seen that, like
I've
that a lot. That's what's going on in Philadelphia, right? All that
100%.
dissing shit,
Yeah.
dissing the dead, etc., etc.
Cause like to bring up the YBC Duel. I think that's the first three letters. I know it's the guy Duel who just died. He,
Yeah,
Mr. Disrespectful, he was calling
Mr.
himself.
Disrespectful. Yep,
And
yep.
I believe that that is like it's not obviously like something that he just like came up with. I feel like that's kind of learned behavior. I feel like it's kind of the environment that he came from where he had
Yeah,
to.
yeah, bro. I mean, and exactly, and I mean, I'm gonna tell you, he lasted a long time for all the shit that he was saying, man, and all the people that he was dissing. He was feared. YBC Duel was feared in the city. He
I
was, and I'm gonna say that, like, cause he was. People feared him. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And people feared his group. And you know what I'm saying? And his ops, though, his ops aren't any bitches either. You
Hell
know what
no.
I'm saying? DCK and all them and Lil Bucks and all, like they with the shit too. So, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy, man. And it's never gonna stop. I'll tell you that it ain't gonna stop.
Whenever I've heard anything from Skrilla or Duel when they're actually like talking, they even though they talk a lot of like violence and whatnot, they also seem like they also want stuff to get better. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, exactly. And they seem like and they were providing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's what they stood on. I mean, that's what Duel stood on, slide and provide, and all. And he was doing it. I can say that. Yeah, I mean, because he was. And you know what I'm saying? But it it's just a lot of beef going on in Philadelphia, and it's never going to stop. Trying to tell you, man. That's all. That's all I could say. It's never going to stop. And once you into this shit, it's hard to get out. It's so hard to get out.
Well,
It's hard.
when it comes to cannabis, do you think cannabis is something that has somewhat helped people come together throughout hard times in
Oh
Philadelphia?
yeah, yeah. That's all. That's all me and my boys want to do, man. That's all I go to Kensington for every day is for the Zion. Like I told you in Philadelphia, it's illegal right now. So you gotta really be locked in with certain people and you know I'm at the point where I can have certain people pull up on me and I can get whatever I want. But you know we also have like underground things where we get an address every night and then boom we go there and there's vendors with everything, be easy, everything that they got, you know what I mean? And that brings the city together. Like that's what's fun in our city right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's something positive. I think that goes on, like, you know, with weed and everything. Like, uh,
Did you say they do it literally every night?
every night we have
Wow.
we get an address and they'll have we call them pop ups.
Yeah. I mean, we used to do that in Massachusetts a lot, but it's like somewhat died down. I've been trying to do like somewhat like little events like free smoke sessions for the people and shit just to kind of bring the people together. I've been noticing like
Yeah, like
people.
we had like the people I'm locked in with, the underground I'm locked in with, was having Bobby Schmurder there,
Hell yeah.
was having all these artists come and they were like coming in and all that, and there's like videos of Bobby Schmurder like in the people that I'm locked in with, like blowing smoke into people's, they had like this machine that people were he
The
was
smoke
blowing
gun.
yeah.
Hell yeah, that shit. It's dope. That's the thing I love about these events. I think the events bring the people together, and it kind of also are a
Yep.
great position for people to learn about the different qualities of the flower. But
Exactly, exactly. And I see. I've been smoking weed since I was 13. So I, I started back when I was smoking regular, when we had it in the little bags, in the little tiny bags, dude. And then when it turned to sour and all that, I was through all that. And I'm 28, so I'm happy I lived through all that, because this is real. This the way this weed industry is going on right now. It changed, man. It really did.
do you think the sour was better than what you're getting now?
It's everything is so terp now, bro.
Yeah.
Every time, every time I get one of these $60 boxes, like it's like It's like I'm scared, bro. I'm like, yo, is it gonna be good or is it not? You know what I mean? It's like a fucking surprise. Like it's just like that. Like I like certain brands that are hits every time. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I'm like, damn, like that's some shit. Like that shit's smoking. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. It
Like I
is.
like that. That's what I want. You know what I mean? And that's what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I kind of like it better now, honestly, than the sour because there's just more height to it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's different now. It's definitely because you could still get sour now. You know what I mean? If you know the
But
right
it's
people.
not real. But people are saying it's sour, but there's only a
Yeah,
few that really have it, bro.
hell
And
yeah.
that's I follow a couple people on my on my Instagram that actually have like the real seeds from back in the beginning. There was I actually found a page, and also really got to look in to find out. I don't think that there's real sour. Like you could just get it. Like you know what I mean? Like it's something you have to look for. I think.
I probably shouldn't say real sour because that's like the one that's like super controversial. It's like a lot of people think that the real sour technically actually was just Chem Dog. It was a pheno of Chem Dog that was really special, and they called it sour diesel because it was so different from the regular Chem Dog, and it was like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So there's like a lot of like
yeah.
weird background history with it. But when you were seeing the sour back then, was it something that was actually going for a little bit more expensive, or was it?
Actually, we were getting dimes a sour for 10 dimes. We were getting sour for 10. Yeah, we were getting dimes back then.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
ten
dope.
bucks.
That's the thing. It's like I feel it. I don't know. I do think for some portion of the market, we're kind of going back in time. Like a lot of people want those classic things now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I still will smoke like certain things. Like I'm smoking fucking cookies right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, of
But
course.
it's
Like
like
you're still like locked in with certain things. Yeah. And
yeah,
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm
even.
talking about. Like I like locking in with brands that I know for sure it's gonna be hits. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Right now I'm smoking on this Matt, this is a new brand. It's all right. It's not bad actually. Mar Marples Canuck Crunch.
When you when you're smoking that one, do you think it's anything similar to lemon cherry gelato at all?
Yes, this is definitely lemon cherry gelato for sure.
Fair.
And then, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
I know it's for
Just
sure.
because
This one actually, this wasn't. It's you could cut. It's got the white ash and everything, but it's not too bad. A little salt and pepper. It's burning salt and pepper. You can't really see, but light. But um, sorry. I mean, I
hell
just
yeah.
like trying new brands. I do like to try new brands. I will give them try. I will give them a try. I really will. You
What's the
know.
best brand that you've tried in the past year or like
The
ever?
past year, my favorite drop has been from franchise LA, Zone Up, and Good Gas Company, and that was the stimulus drop right here, Stimmy.
Oh, okay.
It was the let me see, let me put this down. This is Did you ever see this, man?
I've seen the actually when because I seen that the franchise thing earlier. I looked down at their page and I see
Department of Temporary Brewery and the non-booth service, PO Box 420.
it's
And
definitely
they really went in on this, man. Like it was like in an envelope, right? It came in an envelope like this, and then literally looked like the stimulus check, bro. This is the bag. This is this packaging.
it's definitely funny. It's definitely like it's a smart idea for a bag. I will
Oh
say
my
that.
God. And bro, it wasn't even just the their presentation was on 100, like the weed, bro. Oh, it was smoking. It was a 10 out of 10. It's one of my top strains of the year right now. Besides, and I'll tell you my other two out of the three after this. And this is how it came, like this.
Yeah, it's definitely they invest into it. They definitely it's like I think it's like very valuable to do packaging like that. I think it's kind of it's tough though because have you ever had something that's in some like very cool packaging and it's just something that
And
you're
it's boof. And it's
yeah
shit. Yeah. Yes, and yes I have.
So
And
it,
that's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying how it's a hit or miss, and
yeah.
it's like it's like sometimes, and that's why I want to lock in with certain brands. You know what I mean? So I like that drop. My second favorite drop was by Fumi, the Reptar, which I have right here. Did you hear about this one?
No, I did not.
Okay, this is Reptar. This is Wild Berry Crunch. Fumi Tar came like this, like a cereal box.
Do you think the flower was
This was
actually? Did you like the
what'd you say?
flower?
Yeah, the flower was like a 9. Like maybe 8.5, 9 out of 10. I liked it. Wasn't I've had better, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But that's why it was my second favorite, but this is how the bag came. It was by Fumiko and high volume, and it came with a watch. Like it was so like I was born in 1996, and like this was just awesome to me. I don't know.
It
And I thought
definitely
this was really
appeals
cool.
appeals a lot to That's I think it's very nostalgic. It's very smart that people are
That's what
doing
I was gonna say. Yeah, and it was pretty cool to me and brought me back, and I really liked that
because isn't that
one.
like what is it? It's a cartoon from the 90s.
Yeah, Rugrats,
Oh yeah.
and my third favorite drop of the year was Beezy's red, white, and blue crunch.
Hell yeah.
This Captain Runs.
I,
That shit was smoking, man.
I respect what
So
BAZ's
shout
doing.
out to Beezy for that. I'll give him that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was my third favorite drop of the year. And the best weed I've ever smoked though, bro, hands down, I'm not talking about drops, is Doonies. Doonies,
Doonies.
Doonies, Doonies. Bro, he's coming out of Oregon, man, and he has people here in Philly that have it, and bro, like look at the THC level, bro.
60. Is that what it says? 60?
Yeah,
62?
62.9, bro. Like this is the best weed I have ever smoked in my life, and it's $65 an eighth. Like it's
Yeah.
very expensive,
He just followed
and
me on he just followed my page.
he's very like it's very expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Oh
I've
man,
seen
like
him go
it.
back and forth with a few people over like just like funny
But he
things.
can because he can pop his shit though,
Yeah.
like because he has some shit. I'm trying to tell you, like once you try it, if you ever try it, you're gonna be like, wow, she was right. This shit
I'll
is
definitely
smoking.
I'll ask him if he's down to do an interview because it seems like there's a few people who are interested now. He seems like he's one of like the people who are actually like down to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he knows what he's talking about. He's a grower, bro. He's like he knows his shit, man. Like a trapper and a reviewer. It's like he grows and shit. Like
Hell yeah. When it comes to when you were when you were young though, were you seeing stuff that was like really bad quality weed? Do you think that's like important to see?
bad quality weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen bad quality weed like Blackbird.
So do you
But
think
like,
that's like
but
important?
also I have I have one dude that I'm locked in with that he's about to start a brand because his shit is that good here in Philly, and I've been wanting him to. It's my boy Mert. He's about to open Kenzo Kitchen. That's gonna be his weed brand, and he is building his shit up, man, from the bottom, and so yeah, I've seen what I mean, shit like be bad, and then it get good, and so he's always had good quality shit, and ever since I met him I was buying bad shit. Like I couldn't find shit for a while, and then I met him, and like he turned me on. So
Hell yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think
like I said, you have to be locked in and here in Philly you will get some shit. Like people are scared there's like Fetty in the weed down there and everything, bro. Like no, seriously,
I wouldn't be surprised. Which it's sad, but
yeah,
so why do you think they call it the Zombie Land?
because it's Zombieland, bro. Like that's how it looks, bro. Everyone walks around slumped. Everyone's miserable. It's dark. It's cold down there. It's underneath of an L, like, and that L drives by all day. It's 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 it's, it's something you would see out of a movie, bro. You wouldn't even believe it. Like, um,
Literally,
yeah, like,
it's
and
sad.
that's why I'm getting my daughter out there. Trying to go out to the county or something with her.
Hell yeah.
Um, get out of Philadelphia because I don't want her to go to school down here. I'm feared. I've never feared anything in my life, bro. Not even getting killed, not using drugs, not doing nothing. But I feared raising my daughter in Philadelphia.
What do you think the biggest issue could be?
The violence and even shit that I have done in my past, like come back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I seen a lot of shit. Like I seen people get killed. Like um, and never spoke on it. You hear?
hell yeah.
And I never will. Um, but you know what I mean? So it changed my life, and but it taught me so much. Like taught me so much. I wouldn't take anything back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that now you have something that you can actually motivate you beyond any of the things before. I think that having like a child is something that's going to be very valuable for someone like you. I think that's going to be great. It's also something that's going to like help show you what is actually the bigger picture and what's important. You know what I mean?
Yes, of
But
course.
when it comes to the whole game in Philly, when it comes to weed and it comes to everything, what do you think is holding it back? Do you think that sprayed weed is holding it back?
Yeah, for sure. The sprayed weed's coming around like in New York, um, I think New York's really popping it with that shit, man. Like making it popular. Like all them dudes out in New York love that spray shit, bro.
Yeah, it's
Got
bad.
that Picasso and all that. Like, yeah, yo, he has that shit lit right now. He has all them young boys loving that spray shit.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I would love to get his reasoning and figure out what his thoughts are on why.
Yeah, yeah, because I've tried the spray shit. Like it's really turd. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, to me the only time I've actually well, that's a lie. I almost said the only time, but actually I'm now remembering I've tried it a few times. The one
sprinkles.
surprisingly,
Yeah,
I never had sprinkles. I've had
it
the
gave me a headache, bro. It was
yeah.
too one I
Actually,
had.
maybe it was the sprinkles. Maybe it was like one of theirs, but I think it was like the torches is the first one I ever had, and I just threw that shit away. But I'm pretty sure torches and sprinkles are like the same
Sorry,
thing.
same thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and that shit literally
it
it,
had it.
it gave me a headache. Like it like
Yeah,
made my fucking head hurt. I was like,
that's
what is
weird. That
happening to me?
yeah, that's weird. You're all the way in Massachusetts. I'm in Philadelphia, and we both got a headache off of that.
Not just that though, but it tasted like trash. It tasted like fucking just burnt. Like it didn't taste like weed. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
the other time I've actually had it was Canatique stuff, and he had like some sort of like I forget what it was. It was some sort of like something milkshake, banana something milkshake, and it was like I had to try it. At that time, I had no clue about what sprayed terps was, and I smoked that, and I'm like,
that's like
doesn't.
the marshmallow, like when it says marshmallow
Yeah,
and
that's like the
all
thing now. It's like,
flavors, flavors that like you're like, bro, how does weed taste like that?
hell yeah.
Anything you want to question that? But like Dooney has like Mountain Dew Blast and stuff on on his, but like his isn't sprayed. Like
Oh,
you know what I mean? He has like actual good terps, bro.
I
That
would
that
love
tastes
to.
like candy. That tastes like candy, bro.
I would love to actually talk to him, get his opinion on everything because he definitely seems like he's someone who is a controversial person. So it's gonna be like kind of interesting for me and them to sit down. You know what I mean? Same with
For sure,
Tato. Tato.
for sure.
I was just I want to plan that interview out soon. He's someone who I think me and him, if we sit down and actually talk and I give my side.
He's excited to see my interview actually.
Really?
He
Yeah.
was asking he was asking me what the link was tonight.
Hell yeah. That's the thing. I think that it's gonna be really cool for like the whole scene. I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy listening to different voices that people weren't necessarily given the opportunity to listen to before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like his ops. For
Well,
real.
yeah. Well, that they'll probably
Especially
enjoy.
when Boss comes home and all that, you know? I just wish, you know what I mean? Like, it just sucks that they all beefing because they all got talent.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Well, that's what people are competitive. Humans are very competitive. We're very interested. You know what I mean? That's like what creates all the different like violence and even competition with like selling drugs. People are trying to be the biggest. Everyone's trying to be the best. But it's like you kind of
Exactly.
have to figure out like what's
And
good.
that's just that. Yup, exactly. And that's how it is in Philly. Everybody like
Mm-hmm.
they'll backdoor you. Your man's will backdoor you. Your best friend will backdoor you.
Hell
It's
yeah.
so hard to trust people in Philly. I'm gonna tell you that too.
I definitely understand that because that's how it is out here too. I'm not gonna like say
Bad.
it's as worse. I can't imagine because I can only imagine out there with like all of the different situations that just like probably at its peak of what could be. You know what I mean? And it's just sad to see that we're seeing it documented on such like a level where of course the government knows about it. Of course everyone knows about this that actually has a power to do something, but no one's actually taking the stance to do anything about it. And these people act like it's just like I don't know. We're just supposed to like pretend like it's not real, and that's why I think a lot of people are really spending a lot of attention on this topic right now, and people are really interested in figuring out what the hell, like why people are
Gonna
on
happen
this.
next, right?
What's gonna happen next if it continues on this path is just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse, and no one wants to see that. You know what I mean? It's gonna get bad. So it's like it needs to be cleaned up. It needs to
I
be
know,
fixed. You know what I'm
but it's
saying?
not going to.
Yeah, I hope it does. I hope it does. That's the thing. I think everyone has to try their best to at least try to put their best foot forward to try to make it better. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's like it's only gonna get worse if no one tries. You know what I mean? So it's like me even taking notice to this, I was like, what the fuck? How does this have millions of views? That Brandon Buckingham video, I'm like, how does this have millions of
Yep.
views? But it's like, what is happening? They I'm not gonna say they were
And
glorifying it.
everything that's happening is real. Like you see my story today.
Yeah.
You see the guy laying on the ground.
No, I
Like
didn't see that.
that's just a normal day to me. Like I'm riding up to the store, getting myself a drink and my papers, whatever, my backwoods. Meet my boy Mert, and he will just checked right there. Like we had to call me and my man.
Yeah.
He called me like, yo, this dude, like he was like pumping his chest, and he was like gasping for air. So he called. We finally got the fire truck there, and
Do you
then
think
we
that's
were out.
do you think that's like really like what is do you think there's like a large number of people dying from drugs in that city right now? Damn. That's like oh well of course, but like I don't know. It seems like there has to be some sort of answer, and it doesn't make any sense to me why no one thinks that there's like a resolution to this. I feel as if we could definitely help this. You know what I mean?
I know it's I know because I know what it's like to be on that side now, and I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
That's
haven't been since in 2 years since I found out I was pregnant with my daughter.
respect. I definitely respect that. I think that it, a lot of people would probably expect me to be someone who's never experienced any drugs. I used to take a lot of perks and shit. I used to be all like down the wrong angle of that
Oh
shit.
wow, so you know, yeah,
And like a lot of I was definitely
that's how I started too. Was perks.
yeah. Perks is definitely gonna and you'll start finding the fake ones and shit. You know what I mean? That's like the bad
Yeah,
thing. So it's like it's definitely it's a tough road. So it's something that I respect anyone who's trying to help it, and I definitely respect anyone who's helped themselves get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
much respect.
Yeah.
Is there any message that you want to get across?
Um, just don't give up. Like never surrender hope.
Definitely.
Never surrender hope. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Like what else can I say? Because like when you surrender and you give up, like it's over. It's over. I'm telling
definitely.
you. You have to have something to keep you going, for real. Because it's really hard out here.
Do you think that your daughter was a huge help in your life?
So much. So much. In such the right time. The girl that I was with at the time, um, 3 years ago, was she died. I came home and found her dead from fentanyl. And
Damn.
we were together for like a year and a half. And we were using together, and then I went off the deep end, and then that's when I was messing with it with two people at one time, and I was just like, going off the deep end, and I got pregnant, and then that's when it changed my life. So, and here I am. So, and I just smoke za. You know what I mean? I just smoke I just smoke a weed, and I mean, just trying to do what's best right now. I'm trying to get out the streets still. You know what I mean? Because I'm still in, but I'm not.
What
You
is your
know.
best recommendation for someone who is trying to get off drugs?
So, if you can get off drugs, you know what I mean? Whether it's you like get on a program, some type of program, maybe, you know what I mean, to start, and then you could get off the program, and then you could, figure out what medication you need to be on. You know what I'm saying? And get some therapy. That shit works. Yeah,
I
like
agree.
uh, you know, everybody's different. This is what worked for me.
Yeah.
You know. There's some good shit going on in Philly. Like it's not all bad. Like my boy ATM Exotic. He's the one that actually he's the one that got me this. So he has all gas all the time. He's another one I'm not familiar.
Oh yeah.
He has a party going on November 30th, and there's like people performing there, and he's performing, and everyone gets a free pre-roll when you go in, and you go smoke till you pass out party. That's what it is. And there's performance. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's fun shit that goes on. It's November 30th. You know what I mean? If you want to hit me up for the address, like whoever, you know what I mean? You can fly out. Like it's gonna be cool. Like
Definitely. I
uh
I
it's
think
November
it's
30th.
I think
So
it's very important to fill your time with productive things like that. Fill your time with productive things that are going to be fun for you and definitely going to
yeah,
help you. And
yeah.
like my recommendation
And
for
then you just
anyone,
go home and have a good night, and there's no violence.
yes,
Because we said that and he said that because if people want to bring violence, it can happen now. You know what I'm saying? But we're
uh,
not on that. We're not trying to be on that. You know what I mean?
definitely,
And he said that too. He
yeah.
said that like in his post. So you know what I mean?
If I could give any little recommendation for anyone who's trying to get off drugs, I definitely recommend they get themselves into some sort of martial art. I think that martial arts are definitely a great way to get your anger out. It's a great way to get any.
Or yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
It's the perfect thing, and it's also something that will leave you tired as hell at the end of the day. So you're not gonna have any time to do anything else.
Knock out. I just knock out because of yeah.
You know what
Make
I'm
your
saying?
body good.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a good idea.
Hell yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate your time. I definitely would love to do another one in the future if you ever have anything that you would love to promote or something, because this was definitely a great time. I definitely appreciate your time.
I appreciate you even reaching out to me too. And when I said I would do it, and you were like, "Yeah, let's do it,"
Hell
So
yeah.
I appreciate it too. That was nice meeting you, bro.
Yeah. Well, definitely have a nice night. I appreciate you. Have
Okay.
have a good one.
All right.